My first game that I am reviewing is a Ninja Cupcake vs. Fruit Pirate Run, or also known as Ninja Cup. My total heuristic score for this game, in game usability, is a 14. The audio is acceptable. It plays what could be considered a ninja themed music. The cupcake looks like a ninja, and the fruit looks like pirates. The background represents ninja would still know just as much. The gameplay is great in many light settings and also in the dark. The gameplay, however, is difficult with the position of the ads, especially versus where the controllers are. I would suggest that they either remove the ads here or reposition them to the top center. The screen layout is efficient, it is appealing to look at, and the device UI and the game UI are easily recognizable. The theme is also attractive and represents ninjas and cupcakes. Ads were frequent and overbearing. When pausing the game, every time you encountered two ads, the first takes up the entire space here, and then the second one lands on top of it. And stacking the ad creates confusion. The player isn't sure when they are in the game or when they're in an ad. It feels like it tricks the player into clicking an ad. I paused the game to see what was happening with the game itself because it was moving too fast without the tutorial, but I was instantly taken to two ads that popped up on the screen. Ads should be less frequent and not full screen and not stacked. As soon as you die, you know, because there are both visual and audio notifications. My problem with this game, however, is how they give the feedback. When the game is over, or the player dies, me as a user has no idea if it was because time ran out or if I ran into fruit or something else. Here you can see the game is over and I have what I believe to be time left on the clock, and I haven't ran into anything, but the fruit is here and there's a board also here. The game ends. They could provide the user tips like, uh-oh, watch out for bombs. Since I found out the hard way that bombs don't move, you cannot shoot anything at them, and they need to be avoided. Or, looks like the pirate made you walk the plank to let you know that you ran into a fruit pirate. There are timers or counters in the corner, but the user isn't given any indication as to what they are for. Is it a timer that rates how long you've been playing, or ticks because you have a time limit, or counting these marshmallow guys, which have smiles on their face, so universally I'm thinking are friendly, and you collect them? You're just not sure. Game levels, if there is one, is not apparent. I can't get far before the game glitches and I end up in a corner while the gun auto shoots without tapping. The game glitches, like I said before, you can see me here in the corner auto shooting with my cupcake without touching anything. I'm also on the other side of this ad here, which I'm not sure why this space here is able to be used. I would say add a level indicator if there are more levels so the user knows to expect to advance. And if there's a counter, possibly add a watch the clock tip in a tutorial along with changing the color or font and size when the time is almost out. The game offers hints or a light tutorial as to where the controllers are, but doesn't provide the user enough time to study them or memorize them. Again, this game lacks a tutorial. Not only is the goal not completely understood, but the gameplay isn't walked through. The game should provide a walkthrough highlighting major features and allow the user a confirmation button to continue before diving into the game. This stays up for a total of 2 seconds before the cupcake enters the game and begins. All in all, the game design is fun, and the cupcake ninjas and the fruit pirates will appeal to a mass amount of people. They do need to work on a few usability issues before the game would receive 5 stars. My second game to review for game usability was Yahtzee the free version. I haven't played Yahtzee in years, but I do remember the board game and I like to play. The only thing is I couldn't remember how to play. So in a way this game was new for me, especially being in a mobile platform. The audio and visual support the game. My only recommendation is that the theme is defaulted to a Christmas theme. The theme is no longer appropriate or valid, and another holiday approaches. I would recommend a Yahtzee theme to start with and give the player the option to switch to others or change the default screen to a current holiday, which would be Valentine's Day as of now. It is purely cosmetic though and doesn't affect the gameplay. Screen layout contains all the necessary elements, but the screen is too busy. The main page should primarily contain the game elements, and then there should be a menu item option that contains your settings and your information, your rating, and your scores. The UI is easily distinguished from the device UI. Indicators are visible and appropriate. When the player is out of moves, a dialog pops up to let the player know they've exhausted all their turns. All information updates real time. There is a small lag, but generally unnoticeable. The terminology is pretty straightforward. The only gripe I have is that the word training here is used as a game option to play a non-rated game. I originally believed that choosing this option was training me how to play using a tutorial or walking me through the objective. I recommend they change the word from training to practice to better represent the game's intent. The navigation is consistent and minimal, the icons are logical, and control keys make sense. When I see a cog, I know that there will be player settings option. And I also know that this is an escape hatch to go back to the main screen. Game controls are pretty straightforward. When you hit the device, it rolls the dice, and you can drag the dice to apply here in the box. The only thing not readily understood is, are you dragging the dice to the box to keep them or to get rid of them? Adding a circle with a diagonal line like a cancel button or remove sign in the box, or a check mark in a box, are indicators that let the users know if they are keeping their selection or if they are throwing it away. The game does contain help, however, there should be a simple walkthrough tutorial as an option for players unfamiliar with the gameplay and goals. If they fix these, I believe that they could get a 5-star rating.